Step one, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Good Morning Crypto, where we turn your early hours in the morning into your edge in financial freedom. Today, we're going to touch a little bit on the Fed rate decision yesterday. They cut another 25 basis points, and Jerome Powell got asked some interesting questions at his speech afterwards. So, we will definitely be touching on that. Other than that, I don't have a whole lot of headlines. It's looking like a mixed bag for the morning. So we've got some sectors that are going to do well, and then some sectors that have been a little red for the past couple of days. So we will take a look at that in a second when we dive on in and get you prepped for success. So let me get swapped over to my screen. I've got the stock heat map pulled up. We've got Nvidia continuing its little trend to the upside, up 2.25%. We've got Apple up 2.14. We've got Berkshire Hathaway down 1.87. JP Morgan is also down big as well. It is down 4.32%. We've got Eli Lilly up 2.71%, while the rest of the sector's looking kind of down. We've got P&G up 1.47%. Tesla continuing its tear, up 2.9%. Good morning, David.
Good morning.
We've got United Health Services up 1.47%. Amazon is continuing its trend, up 1.43%. Got Microsoft off 1.25%. Google is up 2.4%, and Meta is up 3.44%. Let me swap over to the dual cam real quick and share my screen with you. How you doing this morning?
Noah, how are you, sir?
I'm feeling a lot better. I had a raging migraine from temples to the back of my skull yesterday. It felt awesome. I could look at no lights, so
Oh man, I bet that was amazing.
it felt absolutely spectacular, Just slept through my alarm. Normally I wake up before my alarm, so I don't even need it. It's just like the annoyance. When I dismiss my alarm, it'll turn on my light, so I can't go back to sleep. Slept straight through that thing. So,
Dang.
you did have
I know
a,
how that goes.
yeah, a little bit more than me.
Mm-hmm.
You did have a good show though yesterday, minus the technical issues, but you picked it up pretty nicely when it just got dropped in your lap. So
Yeah, I'm good at that. I tried. I tried. It was basically, well, I knew Ada Ace wanted to talk, so I just let him talk, you know. And since it was like since we started so late, I was like, I'll just give him the floor, for most of this. So
hmm
because, you know,
yeah,
I just wanted him to be able to get out what he wanted to talk about. So
oh yeah. I mean, he probably could have gone
speaking
for
of
another.
Ada, geez.
Yeah, it's making a little move. We can pull up the crypto heat map. Bitcoin's up point 0.3. We got Ethereum up 0.85. It broke some key levels yesterday, which is I'm definitely glad I told my friend to buy ETH last dip when he had asked. He was like, "So do I buy now?" Or I'm like, "Yes, you buy now." Solana is up 3.74. We got BNB down a little bit, down 0.26. We got Dogecoin continuing its little uptrend, up 2.31. Cardano is up 7.27. It's back in that 40 cent range. It has not been here since like last year. So October last year. It's been a little while for Cardano. So it's quite nice that Ada came on here and talked about Ada yesterday. And
I
what
think that's why people. It looks like people watched the show and bought.
oh yeah. Well, like, and the surprising fact that he owns like very little ADA because he uses it all, and most of it is
Yeah,
just to get more ADA, so that he can do more stuff with it. It's quite fascinating.
doing all that yield farming and whatnot.
hmm We've got Tron up 0.75, and Avalanche is making some nice gains, up 3.03. Shiba Inu, on the other hand, is down 0.85% right now. So, on economic calendar side of things, we do have some data coming out for Canada this morning. You know, not massive market movers, but could do a little something. Unemployment change and unemployment rate and participation rate for Canada is coming out this morning. We do have the Michigan Consumer
No one
Sentiment.
cares.
Yeah, some people care. I'm trying. I'm
The
trying to.
market doesn't care.
I'm trying to cater to the world, David. I want more viewers from a broader segment of the world. So I'm gonna give a little
I
shout out.
really, really don't like Canadians.
Wait, don't you like Alex L though?
Who?
Alex
I
L
don't know who that
Crypto.
is. I don't know who that is.
Oh no. No, one of my best investing
Otter
buddies is
gang.
one of my best investing buddies is in Canada. We like to crap on each other's countries all the time. He's like, "Oh, what about?"
America's hat.
He was talking about the inflation rate a few weeks back, and I was like, "But look at your housing market, buddy." And he's like, "Well, yours is gonna head in that direction." I'm like, "Shh, we don't talk about this." But
No, I
yeah,
love Canadians. Canadians are good people.
yeah, they're super nice, and they
I
make
hung out with some in Michigan when I lived up in Michigan once. I went up to Traverse City and I went to this cabin place or whatever. It was like I don't know, some place where they had some cabins and some woods and whatever, and they had like this bar across the way, across this field. And you walk across this field and you look up and you could see the entire Milky Way. And it was, I don't know, I've never seen so many stars in my life. It's beautiful up there. But and I bet they get to see that stuff all the time. But
just
yeah, I've met some Canadians while I was there and partied with them. It was a lot of fun.
oh, yeah.
They were
they
really good people.
they 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 definitely do go hard on the sauce. So they're a lot of
Oof, yeah,
fun.
they do.
They're a lot of fun.
They kept up with me somehow.
Uh,
That
or
was
did
back.
you
That was what?
or did you keep up with them, David? Maybe they were going light.
I don't know. Maybe. Maybe I kept up with them. I don't know.
I know my
I think
Canadian
they
buddy
passed
drinks.
out in the field.
So just normal Canadian stuff.
Yeah.
Like, bud, it's like it's like -5 out here, and you're half clothed, drunk in a field right now. How are you still alive? I'm like, just another day.
I'm okay, bud.
uh,
Everything's good, eh?
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
all right, bud.
We got the
Next.
Michigan Consumer Sentiment coming out this morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So that will be a slight market mover. It's not predicted to be up too much higher. So,
Oh, BC.
yeah,
This is my last show.
I know. We got to make it a doozy. We've
It's
already.
my last like regular show. That is, I'll be back on, but it's my last regular show.
Can't leave me
And I don't
forever.
know. You guys might not see me on screen for like until next Sunday. So
Oh,
we'll see.
has the internet been set up there yet?
Nope.
Well,
We're hoping to get it tomorrow or Sunday.
well, you can always run your computer off your phone with a tethering. So there's that too.
I know.
It's not gonna be as
Yeah.
quick, but it
I only have
works.
3 gigs of hotspot, bro.
Oh, yeah, you better
Yeah.
use it sparingly. You're like, I got to make this trade, babe. I'm going to use 1.5 gigabytes of my hotspot. We're gonna get this
That
done.
shouldn't take that much to trade.
We do have inflation rate for China coming out as well at 8:30 Eastern time, and that will be a slight market mover as well. It is forecasted down from 0 down negative 1.1, and then their year over year is looking steady at zero point 0.4. So we'll kind of see how this plays out. You know, that's definitely not something that we want to see on the Asia market side of things, because that could mean some sell off this evening. You know,
That's what I'll be focusing on a lot on this after work is the market because that's what I'll be on.
hold
So,
on. Say that again. You turn into a robot for a second.
oh, sorry. I said that's what I'll be focusing on a lot because that's when I'll be on is the Asian market.
Well, same here. I should be getting off work early at like 3:40. I gotta go take a CDL permit test so that I can
Oh, I'm sorry.
start
I
making
meant
some
on
more money.
markets after dark, I will
Oh,
the Asian market a lot because that's when I'll be on is during that market.
yeah. I mean, that's what I was doing.
Hello?
That's what I was doing for a while when my only real trading time was after work. And like there's some decent moves in Asia if you have properly prepared yourself. You know,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes they're not as big, but if you use that leverage, you can definitely get the same kind of gains that you would have got during the American market with a massive move. So,
Yeah, they like to play games.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, like there's a bunch of intelligent people over there that are just like stuck on their computer all day. So, same with like Russia.
Indeed.
Um,
Yeah.
Let me hop over to the stock market fear and greed. It is back in greed. You know, we got some nice moves off of the Trump election results, and everything kind of went to the upside. And we are back in greed, up 1 point from yesterday. Crypto, on the other hand, is down 2 points out of extreme fear, and it is back at 75. Looking for a cool off, maybe? We'll
You mean
kind of,
extreme greed?
yeah, extreme greed. Did I say fear?
Okay. Yeah.
Oops.
Because
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, I thought it was an extreme greed yesterday. I was
Yeah,
like,
we're
oh, I think that's what you meant.
I was a little bit fearful. I was in a short yesterday from like 76.8, and it played out pretty nicely. So,
I'm still in a short. I'm shorting this to 44K.
and then you're gonna buy,
What'd you say?
and then I said, and then you're going to buy
Yes.
for
Massive, massive.
yeah,
I mean,
for,
I already, if you've been in there long enough, you've already bought.
oh yeah.
You know, playing a short is just a short-term game
Hmm.
right now.
But it's nice if it like I don't know if we go down that far, but if we do go down to I'm looking for my
I don't know
next
about that part, but
yeah, I'm looking for my next entry, and then if we even just go to a few of the spots I've had my eye on, like 71 and maybe lower to 68, um, those would be nice spots to just swap over those gains into long-term long-term bags just immediately. It would be
Mhm.
mostly Bitcoin and Ethereum for that, and then I'll just save some dry powder for some alts and get those in at
Mm.
the proper buying times. But that's normally what I do with my profits. Like, I don't leave it on the exchange. I'll just immediately, as soon as I take the profit, it literally just gets swapped over into a longer term hold. Because it's not your money unless you make it your money. You leave it in the exchange and you risk it again, and then, oh no, all of those gains go bye bye because you made a bad play and you don't have good risk management. I just like to take it off the table
Hold
and
on,
not
hold
look
on.
at it.
I'm a, yes, but you're talking about gain in USD value. You still have that Bitcoin.
Yeah, yeah. For the liquidation heat map for the day, we've got two hotspots on both sides of us. We've got 75,421 to the bottom side, and to the top side, we've got a range from 76, almost 77,000, all the way up to 77.3. For more of a longer term on a 3 day outlook, because, things have been moving kind of quickly sometimes, we've got down here at 74.2 for a hot spot to the low side, and just same range for the top side. So, do you want to give the people the Bitcoin overview? And we can.
Yeah, just give. I just read so nuts out for peanut.
What
That
was
is
that in chat?
lasers, formerly lasers. They actually lasers put their name nuts out for peanut and in parentheses formerly lasers. Good morning lasers.
Oh, yeah, now I see
Uh,
it.
Good morning, Alexander G. Good morning, Crypto Billy. Um, good morning, all set. Good morning, hola, French toasta. Good morning, good morning, good morning, J Junior Block, Brokoshi. Uh, Deadpool and Wolverine are Canadian. They're all right. Yeah, they're okay. Um, and Baba Yaz. Good morning. Good morning to you all you beautiful people. All right, where are we at? Let's see. Am I here? Am I here? I can't see. Okay,
Yep.
now I can see. All right. Sitting here on the Bitcoin daily chart, we've been getting some daily closes above that all-time high. So that's look. I would like to see a week close above that 766 dollar Bitcoin price. That would be really strong. Would really love to see that. I do like the fact that we sat here and consolidated above this high. We're sitting here and we have created a daily fair value gap that we can get into and back test. Let me put a midpoint on this so I can get a price on that because that'll be another place that I would want to see hold. As long as this holds, I think we'll be okay. 72,498, 72,500. So if we can hold that, make sure, if we can wick down into that range, maybe even tap that midpoint, but make sure we close above it, then I might fire on the daily. Then I might just go ahead and go long and ride that thing to the upside because that is a beautiful break, break of structure of this high over here, and then we have the fair value gap that we could pull back into, and that is one of the most prominent setups that I typically see is that right there. Off of that fair value gap, you get a break, you get a consolidation candle, the very next candle where you just sit there and you got an indecision. Some people call that an indecision candle, but it's a nice consolidation at the highs. So that tells us that there's a lot of buyers, but we do have this fair value gap, so would make sense for us to come down into that and test it. And then if we get a nice bounce off of it, oof, this thing will definitely probably continue to the upside, in my opinion. If this thing can come down, that would bring down the oscillators, let them cool off a little bit, and then hopefully we can get a nice curvature back to the upside, and keep this thing rolling. This thing, the volume matrix is starting to turn a little green. True 7 is green. Money flow is green. Everything's green. Starting to put in some over bought signals. So that could just mean, hey, time to cool down, which would be, give us that pullback, right? So we could see that we are heading into the weekend where we do see, volume drop off quite a bit, typically. So, yeah, we could just see, some nice consolidation over the weekend and down, and then hopefully continuation to the upside. I mean, it's looking good. We just have all this liquidity right here building up, and hopefully we can just keep that trend line running. If not, if we come down and we break it, then I would look for this level right here at about 66,978. Get a little bounce back up into that fair value gap, but this would be a bearish retest. And then we would come back down, probably down to this point of control down here at about $59,000. That'd be quite a correction, but it would not be terrible. Would not be terrible to see a correction out of here. But we'll see. For now, we'll remain bullish until that trend line breaks. And yeah, that's pretty much basically it, man, on the Bitcoin. You got anything you want to go over?
I do. I've got this little article here. After the Fed rate decision and Jerome Powell's speech, he got hammered a few different times, being asked that if he was asked to resign, would he? And
Nope.
savage answer. He just goes no, and then just continues on. And like they interject again and they ask, and it's like, oh, blah blah blah, but like all of this and inflation and no, it's not legal, and then just continues on like a complete boss. But Federal Reserve Jerome Powell had a clear and direct response when he asked during the press conference Thursday if we would step down if asked to by President-elect Trump. No, said Powell, whose term as chair ends in 2026. When asked to elaborate if he would be legally required to leave, he said no.
Not permitted.
Yeah.
Powell, that's what he said. Not permitted under the law.
Powell later said it is not permitted under the law for the president to fire or demote him or any other Fed governors with their leadership position. Trump appointed Powell during his first term in 2017, but repeatedly and publicly criticized the Fed and its chair for not cutting rates fast enough through his tenure. Powell also said in 2019 that he would not resign if asked by Trump. President Biden reappointed Powell in 2021 despite objections from progressives who had criticized the chair, saying he has burdened the average American by keeping rates too high for too long. Trump suggests
you cannot be burdened by what has been. You must be unburdened by what has been. I can't not think of that quote every time I hear the word burden or unburden anymore.
Yeah.
It's just I'll always think of that.
I mean, it definitely got overplayed with just clip montages. It was a nice hitting point though for against Kamala. I laughed every single time I saw that stuff. Oh, where was I? Here we go. Trump
Billy's got
suggested
a question that I need to answer, but I'll answer that when you're done. Go
Trump
ahead.
suggested earlier this year that Powell, a lifelong Republican, was political and would cut rates ahead of the 2024 election to help Democrats. While the Fed did cut rates in September by a whopping 50 basis points, Trump handedly defeated Vice President Harris this week. The Fed is a politically independent agency and closely guards its reputation. But in August, Trump suggested he should have at least a say in the monetary policy, including interest rates, because he has made a lot of money. Trump later walked back his comments during an interview with Bloomberg. I think it's fine for a president to talk, he said. It doesn't mean that they have to listen. A president certainly can be talking about interest rates because I think I have very good instincts, he said. That doesn't mean I'm calling the shots, but it does mean that I should have a right to be able to talk about it like anybody else. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that one, but
It's just, not really. It is what it is. I mean, I don't like the fact. I don't know. I don't know if I like a president trying to pressure the Fed to doing anything, because that's kind of separation,
because they're
So-
totally separate.
At least give me the illusion. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really. He said not permitted under the law. There's obviously some. Seems like there's obviously some tension there, but we'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see how everything goes.
Well, I mean, he was only gunning. He was only gunning for him to be fired during his campaign, along with Gary Gensler and a whole bunch of other people. So, like, I'm pretty sure these people
Gensler
aren't
makes
too
sense.
happy. Yeah, Gensler
makes
totally
sense.
makes. Jerome Powell did a decent job. He's on the backside trying to hold up an economy that politicians are just spending a bunch of money in. So
Mm-hmm.
he did all right.
Yeah, I do want to go over something because Billy asked a question. We never make election day lows, LBC. Which is it? So just first, I want to say that I don't think I said election day lows. I'm pretty sure I said the week of the election puts in the low. But even if that is the case, just because it's happened in the past, we know that doesn't mean it's going to continue happening into the future. So, but hey, I mean, because he's asking, because I said we could get down to like 58K, that would obviously be lower than 66,000. Hold on, what's the low for this week? Low for this week is 66,783. So this time would be different if we came below that low. So technically, that is the low that should hold if history is to rhyme. Is 66,783.77 per the Coinbase chart. So that's the week of the election. That's the low that should hold if history is to continue, is to repeat. So hopefully that clears everything up on that. I wonder if we're still going to see a real altcoin season. What do you guys think? I mean, yeah, at some point.
Well, if the run up to 73 was any indication of what we'll see in the alt market, then we will definitely have an alt season, and that thing will definitely tear like crazy, because it's not going to be your old projects. That's one of the things that I definitely noticed the past little alt season that we had is it's not going to be old projects. The things that really did pump off were you had your memes, obviously, but you had a bunch of new utility that is either functioning with AI or is either functioning with Web3 and AI, making massive moves off. And that's kind of what the focus has been so far, is like, for your longer term crypto investors, what new utility that is bringing something new to the space is really going to rip off. And that's why I've got my injective and I've got my near, and then I've got like a few small holdings of some lesser known utilities. But for the most part, I'm just in Bitcoin and ETH right now while I just wait. Because, those are going to give me the big gains first off the bat. And then I'll just leave some of that money in there for longer term plays. But
Yeah, on Bisef says, I just ask because Eric Crown and other big traders say there will not come any alt season. Hmm.
but what's their evidence for it? Are they just
Yeah.
talking out their booty?
Maybe.
Everyone likes to make big predictions. Everyone likes to, oh, I'm just going to be the contrarian. Well, what is your evidence that lines you up to be a contrarian here? Or you're just being a contrarian to say something different? And I feel like
no, you look. I mean, no, I look, man. I've already said it. I've said it several times. When I go through the altcoin markets, it looks like a bunch of hot garbage to me.
mhm.
I see most stuff that has already peaked. To me, they're putting in distribution tops. I see a lot of stuff that's from like last bull run that, they're back at bear market lows, which means it seems like all they did was a bear market rally, and they might have another 2 years before they get moving. I feel like that this could be the Bitcoin. I mean, you will get bigger gains out of a lot of alts, probably most alts than Bitcoin, maybe. Well, most likely because they're smaller cap and they're easier to move, but they're also higher risk. But this is the institutional or Bitcoin welcome to Wall Street cycle. So, and ETH. So those are the ones that I'm paying the most attention to: Bitcoin and ETH, and then ETH layer twos. Outside and whatever they're putting on Bitcoin these days, Stacks and I think Ondo. Is Ondo on Bitcoin?
I believe it is.
Bitcoin related?
I'm not a fan. Runes as
Okay.
well.
Runes. Yeah, whatever it is. I'm just saying that this is like the Bitcoin and Ethereum cycle, and those are like the Bitcoin and Ethereum altcoins, So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe some other ones run like ADA and XRP, but I mean, I don't know, man. XRP seems like it makes more sense because it kind of had its bear market rally in the last bull run. So, stuff that probably didn't put in new all-time highs last bull run, but are looking kind of strong right now against Bitcoin might be something to look into.
I
don't know.
I've been keeping my eye on those utilities because you have like Link this year, like
Link is a good one.
Literally like 3-4 weeks ago, made a private blockchain for New Zealand banks to use, so that they can now transact at a much faster rate and be completely secure, which is something that XRP was supposed to do and just never did, and has never got those institutions to actually use its blockchain. And
telling me that it's better?
I'm not saying this, but I'm just saying that it had goals that it never reached and is still never come to fruition. But like, this is why I focused on those utilities, because a bunch of those utilities are getting picked up by these bigger corporations. You have Google that's paired with AVAX. You have Google Storage, which is paired with some of these DePIN projects. Like, these are the big moves for this cycle. Those are the alts that will most likely run, because people will get to that point in the cycle where now your Bitcoin dominance is starting to go back down, and Bitcoin has peaked out. And this is where people will like, where do I park my money? oh, Google's paired with this project? Buy. Even though they might not fully know what it does. All they know that is Google's going to be using it. You have Amazon, which is paired with several of these DeepIn projects as well, where it's all about moving that information around. How do we move this information around quicker? We've got massive cloud storage spots that we're putting up all over the country. One just went in my city. They broke ground on it this past year. So these are those things that are going to get used by crypto because they want to be able to do these things faster.
Here's what I'll say to you, BC. These are all the altcoins, or a lot of the altcoins that you need to pay attention to. And I'll tell you why when I'm done reading them. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Shiba, AVAX, Chainlink, Bitcoin Cash, Uniswap, Litecoin, Stellar Lumens, XLM, Ethereum Classic, Aave, Bezos, and Compound. Do you know why I listed those?
I know why you listed a few of those. I don't know on some of those others. I
bet you don't know why. Because they are all on Robinhood. A lot of people use Robinhood, and a lot of people with money use Robinhood. And I don't know if any of you guys saw Bitcoin Cash and especially Ethereum Classic last cycle. Ethereum Classic went bananas. And I think that had a lot to do with the fact that it was so available on other exchanges like Robinhood and Webull. And that is why people saw Ethereum and saw that it was cheap and just started hitting that buy button because everybody was just hitting buy, and if it's on Robinhood, why not buy it? That's just something that I've picked up from the last bull run is once I saw Ethereum Classic put in those crazy gains, I was like, why would you do this? Oh, it's readily available on almost every exchange. So that's something that I would look at. And also I noticed yesterday someone posted a screenshot of Coinbase, or a bunch of different screenshots of Coinbase, the app, and its ranking, and it's just steadily coming in lower and lower and lower and lower. And yesterday it was at 117, and when it was at 400 something, a while ago. So, and that tells me retail might be coming back. So,
especially with Trump being in office.
Yep. So, hey, man. We're on the cusp. Yeah. We're almost there.
We just need the reinversion of the yield curve to not send us into a recession. That's my only. That's the only thing I've been looking at because
no big deal. Nothing big.
See, it wouldn't even. We could get a slight recession and still be okay. Because it doesn't have to be something massive. It could be something short-lived because some of the policies that have already been that are going to be enacted play out like they're supposed to. So it really just depends on what policies get enacted beginning of the year next year. So could go either way. We could see some slight weakening in the economy, but still see a bunch of retail coming in later in the summer. And that's the thing, is summer is the time to really watch. Summer is going to be the time where things are going absolutely insane. And that's that Bitcoin. You said Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash made me a lot of money last cycle, along with ADA, and there was one other one I can't remember off the top of my head, but those were the ones that really did it for me. And it was like 80 cents, and everyone was clicking buy because it's 80 cents. They're like, even if it just goes up to $1, I've made a lot of money. And it went up to $3, and I was like, nope, I'm out. I can't go in. It can go higher, but I don't care. I've made so much money because I was in at under $1. So,
dang. Yeah, I dropped in. I threw like a grand in the Shiba Inu when it was like, and it like within like 15 minutes it was up like 100%. I was like, buy or sell, get
Yeah.
out, get out now.
Yeah, it's like I don't care if you're gonna go higher. Like I've already made more money than I wanted to make off this asset. So thank
Exactly.
you, goodbye.
I'm like, I will not be exit liquidity.
Oh, but
But
yeah.
what I do is like when they're going, so when these things get like really crazy, really volatile, you can really play those spot, like, and it's easy. They'll they'll jump up really quick and then they'll come down just as fast, and that's when I'll hop in, and then it'll just pump back up again. Get out. It's like, I mean, it's like within a matter of like 15 minutes, it's doing crazy. They're doing crazy moves like that. Um, but it's very careful, and you got to know what you're doing, and you got to use a stop loss.
Most definitely.
So,
Did you see Bitcoin dominance fall below 60%?
yeah, I saw it getting a
Yeah.
little pullback.
Yep. I'm looking at that. The 59 and a half range for support on that. Ombiceft had asked about the Bitcoin dominance and how long you normally see that fall during the alt season. Let me get a chart pulled up on a
How
longer.
long do you see it fall?
Let me get it pulled up on a longer
Let's
term.
see. When it hit 74% last
Yep.
cycle,
It
all the
fe-
way down to the first bottom was 147 days.
yeah. And here it is on that chart here, as you can kind of see. And this is your alt season. If you put this up against Bitcoin, let me put this on a Bitcoin. Uh, let me get it set up right. Bitcoin on a weekly. You can kind of see here if I really zoom out. There's your peak. Your there's your peaking on it, and you just drop off. Here's your peak on Bitcoin. Here's your peak on dominance. Let me
Excuse me. Sorry.
dominance peaks out right here before your last little push up, and then you kind of tick back down. How low, not how long. It's really going to depend on how much washes out of the market. Yeah, are you really seeing Bitcoin retain some strength in your alt season, which is definitely a possibility with institutions being in here, and there's so many crap projects that people don't know where to put their money, so they just put it in more sure projects and don't care that they're going to be down some. It there's really no.
Typically, it's typically it's around 40%.
Mhm. But it you can kind of see we hold up here at this 39 range decently well. And it'll
Right.
really just depend though on how these alts play out, cuz I don't see as much strength in the alt market in general as we did last time because there's so much crap in there. So, I don't think Bitcoin dominance falls as low as people are truly expecting, especially
I
since
think
you
it
have
does.
you have institutions that are just holding Bitcoin and are not going to sell. Like
Yeah, but
that's going to be
uh,
they can't move their money over to an alt. They can move it over to ETH, but are they going to do that? Like even
maybe
that even
it could
then,
lose its dominance to ETH.
but even then it's like what do you do after that? You just like these are more people that are probably gonna like keep their money there. They're like, okay, well we know, boom, here we go, keep it, lose some of your gains. If we know at this point that 68 is like it's 68 is the bottom floor, what does it matter? Even if I lose a bunch of gains, I still know that it's never gonna go below this point, and I bought in back at like ETF drop. So you're fine. You will be in profit basically for the rest of the time. So why sell? And these institutions can't do anything else. They can't roll over into an alt market. And that's going to play a big fact. We saw $1.4 billion come into the Bitcoin ETF the other day off of just Trump winning. So that's going to play a big factor in that dominance.
All right. It's 6:32.
Yep, I just saw that too. I got on a little spiel. Nerdiness. Thanks to everyone that showed up today. I'm gonna miss you, David. You're gonna have to show up a little when you can. Just don't sleep and just pull all nighters and.
No.
uh,
No.
but
No, it's been fun. I'll definitely be coming back on the show, from time to time. I don't know. Maybe I can work something out to where I'm, on fairly regularly. But we'll see. Once I get in the new house and get everything set up and start the other show and see how that's going, that'll really help me determine on a lot of other stuff. So make decisions on a lot of other stuff. So like I need to go on Crypto Nightcap at some time. You need to go on Crypto Nightcap at some point, that's just stuff that we need to do. And but yeah, looking forward to the future, looking forward to the new house, we're moving this weekend, so future's looking bright. Regardless, future's always looking bright. So realist, but still optimistic, I just try to be optimistic every single day, and yeah. But if I have any parting words, it is going to be kind to someone today, help them out, give someone a compliment, and just try to do some good in the world today, and try to do that every day, really. But if you're gonna do it any day, do it the day that I ask you. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single last one of you. And I will see you very, very soon. Peace out. Ride the waves.
Everyone, make sure to tune in later today. Piper is going to be on at 9:30 Eastern with the Morning Market Report. Other than that, hit that like button on the way out if you haven't, and wake up.
Today's gonna be a good day.